What's up, everybody? We are back. The event is over. The off meta event, unfortunately, is over. But I just want to talk about a little bit about the event itself. How great the event was. Um, I definitely look forward to the event coming back. Hopefully, Altergeist. Hopefully, Final Protocol is able to get inside of it. Um, But looking here, we look at what was banned. Kaijus existed, right? Not all of them, but some of them. Um, the star destroying kaiju, Jiku, what is that? Jizukiru, you could use that one. And Thunder King, the lightning strike kaiju. That one could be played. And Interrupted Kaiju Slumber could also be played. Okay. And then you have the other ones are banned. Gamma Duroan, Radian, Humongous, Gadarla. Those are all banned from the event. Um, you know what? We can look up Labyrinth. Yep, Labyrinth's banned. Labyrinth is banned. But let's just change our setting a little bit and we can pull up all forbidden cards. Yep, there we go. Labyrinth. Yep, all banned. All of them banned, except for Labyrinth Archfiend. That one, you could use that one. You could use Labyrinth Setup. You could use Labyrinth Barrage. You could use Fair Welcome Labyrinth, but everything else banned. Let's see who else we got. Everybody loves running to, of course, SP Little Knight was banned. Yep, SP Little Knight banned. But unfortunately, some of my people were banned too. So you got Mimighoul. Mimighoul banned every single card. Let's see. Oh no, not every single card. Still had Cerberus, Mimighoul Armor, and you could use Mimighoul Throne and Mimighoul Charm, but no dungeon. So you could use Cerberus, Armor, Slime, even Mimighoul Master, and Mimighoul Throne and Charm. So the cards that are banned are Dragon, Archfiend, Maker, Mimighoul Room, and Mimighoul Dungeon. I wish we had more time to play with more combinations just to mess around with everything. We kind of got in the final protocol phase, and as you can see, we couldn't be touched. Let's see who else we got. Yeah, and then even Dragon Maids, who I love, they were also banned. Look at that. You got Dragonity. I'm surprised Buster Blader wasn't on that list. It's very surprising that Buster Blader wasn't on that list, considering that a lot of people use him a lot. Well, actually, not all Dragon Maids were banned. Nurse Dragon Maid, Laundry. Nurse and Laundry could be played, and their dragon forms. But why wouldn't Nurse be banned? Obviously, if you're running Dragon Maid, you run Nurse as well. No fusion, but they got Dragon Maid Welcome, Dragon Maid Send Off. You know what? I need to copy this and just go through this and look at how people play because It's just a whole bunch of cards that people don't run, or that they do run just a short little part of it. Like you have all these beautiful cards and engines and things like that, but people only run like 3 cards. And it's, I guess you could say, well, do you run all of Altergeist and do you run all of Subterror? Okay. So I run Fiendus. In a pure Subterror deck, what I run is Fiendus, Nemesis Warrior, 1 Nemesis Defender, and Archer. And I run Ultra Mathis and Voltuderic. I'm anti-banish, so I usually don't run Umastrix to get the banish. I usually don't use the other Subterror monsters. I do run Subterror Succession. I do run Cave Clash. I don't run Subterror Behemoth Burrowing because, again, I'm anti-banish. So if I'm setting up stuff to where I'm going to stop banishing from going off, I'm not going to run a card that is going to become a dead card in my hand. Because all of this is about banishing. You can banish 1 Subterror monster from your graveyard for the rest of this turn. Face down monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and your opponent cannot target them with card effects. If this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add 1 Subterror monster from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target 1 Subterror monster you control. Change the face down defense position. Now, here is the interesting thing about this card. None of it says anything about once per turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. You can only do that, this, that, and the third. I don't banish cards, so I don't run this card. And plus, having to banish my monsters from the graveyard, it's like Subterror wasn't built properly, because when you even think about it, why would you want to banish the Subterror monsters? You have no way to get them out of banishment. Banish 1 Subterror monster. I can see if this said you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Subterror monster you control, or you can banish this card from your graveyard and then take 1 banish Subterror monster and add it to the hand or something, but you can't. Or if Cave Clash said, once you inflict damage to your opponent, you can target 1 Subterror monster in your graveyard and in banishment and add it to the hand, then this card would be great. And I might not even go anti-banish or whatnot. I mean, but I still could, and then, whatever. But no, this card is anti-Subterror. Even with the Altergeist stuff, right? So let's see. The cards I don't run. I do not run Pixel. Pixel, you contribute this card. Excavate the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 excavated Altergeist card to your hand. Also send the rest to the graveyard. There's other cards that could do that function way better in the game. First of all, they have a quick effect tribute itself. And then secondly, they excavate the top card that they want and then shuffle the rest back into the deck. You have to run a completely pure Altergeist deck in order to use this. And then the other thing is the Altergeist card is not like once they hit the grave, they're going to be able to do something from going into the grave. Their effects are if they go to the grave from the field. Okay, so Male You Seek. If you could discard Male You Seek and get her effect, oh my goodness. If you could send Male You Seek from the deck into the grave and get her effect, oh my god. If you could send one of the link monsters from the extra deck to the grave, oh my god, and get the effect, yeah. But as it stands, none of that is what goes on. So this card is 100% useless unless you're running something specifically geared to sending stuff to the grave. What else we got? Altergeist Fiji Alert. When an Altergeist Link monster is link summoned to your field, you can target, except during the damage step, you can target one of the link monster on the field. Special summon this card from your hand to your zone that targets points to. For the rest of this turn, that monster is treated as an Altergeist monster. Let's read that again. When an Altergeist Link monster is link summoned to your field, you can target one other link monster on the field. Special summon this card from your hand to your zone. That target points to. Also, for the rest of this turn, that monster is also treated as an Altergeist monster. Now, this card does not specify whether the monster is yours or not. And if they become Altergeist for the rest of the turn, what does that mean? Does it mean that you can do what with them? You can use them as a tribute for Silquidus? I am going to have to test this out to see whatever. I mean, it's so niche that it's not even worth even bringing up. But I am curious about the effect and how it works. But as it is, I mean, no. Then there's Altergeist Kidolga. First of all, this card looks beautiful. She's got 8 arms. Actually, is that 10 arms? It looks like she's got something holding on the, like arms holding up something on her head. But yeah, she's got 1, 2. She's got 10 arms. Yeah, she's got 10 arms. That's insane. Because there's 4. No, she's got more than 10 arms. Oh my gosh, I'm just sitting here. No, she got 10 arms. Yeah, 10 arms. The card looks beautiful. Okay, a beautiful card. When another monster, when another Altergeist monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one monster in your graveyard. In their graveyard. Special summon it to your zone this card points to. But each turn, it cannot attack unless this card has already declared an attack that turn. If this card is destroyed by battle, you can target one Altergeist card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. It's got a great application, but if you've used Faker's Effect, you can't even use this. And this is the one Altergeist card that really has no real grave. It has nothing about the grave. It says if this card is destroyed by battle, it's got 1,000 attack. It's going to get destroyed. It's going to get destroyed. And I have the card in my deck, my extra deck or whatever, as we can see. Just just one copy, but. And then we have every other card I use. I have this, and I have Altergeist Fill over in there. I have Emulate Elf. I have Haunted Rock, of course. I have Altergeist Camouflage. I even have Finalag, Fifi Finalag, Finalag. I have her for the lock. Monsters your opponent control cannot target Altergeist monsters you control for attacks or card effects except this card. But once you put Camouflage on it, they can't attack at all. And if they use a monster effect that targets Finalag, I'm just going to say Finalag. If they use a card that targets her, that's going to negate it. Negate an opponent's effect that activates by targeting the equipped monster. Not once per turn. It says, in general, negate an opponent's monster effect that activates by targeting the equipped monster. Yeah, so, like I said, I run the cards, but does everybody else run cards? They run like maybe 2 or 3 of something and call it whatever and have everything else. Oh man, these are staples. These aren't staples. These are just cards that you play with like three different cards. It's the same deck over and over. I'm not going to say the person's name because I do like their content or whatever and things like this. But there's someone who makes videos and I swear to God, it's like the same deck. Everything is like the same. They'll say, oh, this is such and such, right? And they only have like 1, maybe 2 or 3 of the cards. And people in the comments be like, yo, this is just the same deck as before. You only got like 3 cards from such and such. Oh man, it's the meta. These are staples. No matter what deck it is, no matter what deck, SP Little Knight is there, unless it's something they're playing that doesn't have an extra deck. If they're playing something that got an extra deck, you can bet any kind of money that SP Little Knight is there. And that is the problem with the game. That's what this event showed us. There's a huge problem with the game. That people can only play if they use specific cards. There's over 10,000 cards, but 10,000 people are running the same deck, the same stuff. It's like, oh man, well, time's go on and whatever and all this. Okay, so who are you then? What is your identity? What is your identity? If you walk up and you say, okay, you want strawberry or you want vanilla? Well, if I went on YouTube and they said that the strawberry is the one that's the best one, so I'm getting the strawberry. Forget about chocolate, vanilla, caramel, whatever. YouTube said buy strawberry. Okay, so it's not about what flavor you like. You do what you're told because of what others say works. And that's what we showcased in this event with these videos. That once all that stuff was taken away, people didn't know what to do. They started looking for the cheapest thing. That's why we kept fighting Buster Blader decks. Everybody kept trying to do the Buster Blader lock because it's simple. And they were denied every time. Now, the off-meta event is gone, and it's back to business as usual. Back to SP Little Knight, back to Barone, back to Ash Blossom, back to all the other cards, just your staple cards. Back to all that stuff. But anyway, this video was long enough. I'm just happy that I got to play the event. I really hope that it comes back, and I hope they look into making it where it's a staple itself to where the event is an option. If you don't want to play in all that other silliness, you can come over into this mode and play this and be there. You know what? I bet there's a lot of people who feel like I do, where they don't want to deal with all that other stuff. I mean, there are some groups and stuff like that where people have like Edison groups or whatever. And before somebody jumps up and says, "Oh man, you one of those just such and such and such," come on, man. The game is meant to be played on the field. Somebody summoning a super boss just because they don't have a card in their hand that can independently summon, that doesn't register, that can search a card and punish an opponent if they do anything, and it has boss monster stats. That is not good for the game. That ain't good for the game. Kashtira is not good for the game. Horus is not good for the game. None of this stuff is good for the game. And that's what this off meta event was showing. That's what it ultimately shows. Anyway, until next time.